mat sevaya pratitam tehi सालोक्यादि चतुष्टयम्. नैच्छन्ति सेवया पूर्णः कुतो अन्यत् काल विप्लुतम्. My devotees are always satisfied to be engaged in my loving service and not interested even in the four principles of liberation, Salokya, Sarupya, Samipya, Sashri. All these are automatically achieved by their service. What then is to be said of such perishable happiness as elevation to the higher planetary systems? So, this is called Brahma Rakshasa nouns. Brahma Rakshasa means he is a body of a Brahmana behaving like a Rakshasa. Now this is a revolution with Krishna himself is doing. Making a Brahmana take shelter of a Kshatriya. ये तो उल्टा हो गया ना. Why? क्यों ऐसा आप कृष्ण जी कर रहे हैं? Because there is a reason. Because position of a Vaishnava is much higher. But then somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, there was once Srila Prabhupada was talking about Varnashrama. So Prabhupada ji, to we are Vaishnavas. Prabhupada ji bole, Vaishnava is a very big thing. As ordinary nahi hai, Vaishnava is not that just because now the statement has been made, Vaishnava is more greater than a Brahmana, but at the same time we should not make Vaishnava cheap. Vaishnava is a very big thing. Vaishnava means servant of the Lord. It has to have a proper meditation. Somebody who has sincerely taken shelter of a Vaishnava and sincerely trying to serve him, we can call him a Vaishnava, not just superficially. So here we see in the example that Krishna has personally ignored the social order. Just like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Sarvadharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja. That becomes a Vaishnava. Vaishnava means he has given up all his so-called ideas in his mind and he is taken shelter of Krishna against all difficulty. He is a Vaishnava and Krishna takes him so dear and gives him total protection. And then Krishna has Sudarshana is also involved. So the first principle is very clear in the shloka today, is that Vaishnava is special. Even Durvasa Muni, who was a Brahmana, had to bow down to a Kshatriya because he was a Vaishnava. Krishna made it sure it happened. So that for public it is black and white clear that actually goal is not to be a Brahmana Kshatriya, goal is to become a Vaishnava. It's on the way. Okay, you are a Brahmana, okay, you are a Kshatriya, but the goal is to become a Vaishnava. It is Brahma Janati iti Brahmanaha. On different platforms, gradually Veda Patan Bhaved Vipra. Janmana Jayate Shudra. By birth, everybody is a Shudra. सब लोग जन्म से जानवरी होता है. संस्कारात भवे द्विजा. संस्कार से वो द्विजा बनता है. वो दीक्षा द्विजा दूसरी दीक्षा मिल गई. एक दो स्टेज हो गया भाई. तीसरा स्टेज वेद पाठान भवेद विप्रा. अगर वो वेद को भी पढ़ेगा तो विप्रा हो जाएगा. एंड देन उसके बाद ब्रह्म जानाति इति ब्राह्मणः. वो अगर ब्राह्मण को स्टडी करेगा तो ब्राह्मण हो जाएगा. तो उसके बाद नेक्स्ट इज वैष्णव. वैष्णव मतलब जो भगवान को समझता है. सो दीज आर ऑल स्टेजेस. सो ऐसा नहीं था कि जो ब्राह्मण था वही ब्राह्मण रहेगा. प्रभु से नहीं, उसको सबको ब्राह्मण बनाने का, सबको ट्रेनिंग देने का. लेकिन बाद में क्या हुआ कि इट्स जस्ट लाइक ए क्वालिफिकेशन. Now suppose somebody is a graduate, he should help other people also become graduate. ये नहीं कि मैं graduate हूँ तो 10वीं पास है. It does not make sense. So this is the first principle here we see, which is being meditated, that birth is not a criteria. The criteria has to be his qualities. And even Varnashrama is subordinate to Vaishnava. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was talking to Ramananda Rai, he said, so, what we should do? How we can achieve goal of life? So, Varnashrama. Chaitanya said, please keep it aside. Because beyond Varnashrama is Vaishnava. Generally, society also, they focus on Chatur Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. And Vaishnava focuses on Prema Pumarto Mahan. He focuses on devotion to the Lord. So he has other objective. It is totally transcendental. Finally, these four are Brahmana, Kshatriyas, all material finally. It was only to facilitate cooperation in this world to serve the Lord. But Vaishnava is worshipable even by a Brahmana. But Durvasa Muni forgot that. Durvasa Muni thought, I am a Brahmana, ye Kshatriya. It's quite normal what he thought. He should be obedient to me. And today he has transgressed me. He has done something thinking he is over intelligent. I know everything. I would have taken care of everything. But he wants some fast. So basically, quite normal we can understand. Because it was difficult to understand. Now I think we are getting hold of it. Durvasa Muni was thinking, I am a Brahmana. And Ambarish Maharaj is Kshatriya. I will give direction what he has to do. But Ambarish Maharaj took initiative on his own to take some water, break the fast and not break the fast. At the same time, avoid offending the Brahmana who was a guest. So you think you don't need my guidance. You can do things on your own. And that enraged him. And because of that anger, he went to the extent of even trying to kill him and show his power. See, I'm a Brahmana, what power I have. First thing in Kali Yuga, Brahmanas have no power. ऐसा ब्राह्मण है भी नहीं जो कोई बाल निकाल के दानव बना दे, है भाई कोई? आप समझ रहे हैं? दुर्वासा मुनि को गुस्सा क्यों आया, वो भी एक बहुत बड़ा स्टोरी है. नहीं, वो है ब्राह्मण, ये है क्षत्रिय. इसको मैं जो बोलता वो करने का, और मेरे से ज्यादा बुद्धिमान बन गया. हाँ, इसलिए गुस्सा आया. ठीक है, लेकिन दुर्वासा मुनि ये भूल गए वो वैष्णव है. एक बारी कोई भी वैष्णव हो, उसका जाति नहीं देखना चाहिए. अगर अल्टीमेटली तो भगवान को शरण लेना है. अगर किसी ने भगवान का शरण ले लिया है, उसका जाति देखना अपराध हो जाता है. आई रिमेंबर कोई डिवोटी इधर आया था. So he was telling, we should not even say a Vaishnava belonging to a particular country. It's an offense. Suppose you say English Vaishnava, it's an offense. Because you are actually conditioning him, even though he is liberated. But true, the person also should be like that. Just like there is an example in Bhagavatam. The example is of who? The example is of Romaharshana Sutta. रोमहर्षण सूता भागवत सप्ताह में कुछ गड़बड़ कर रहे थे. He had not developed proper respect for Lord Krishna and Vishnu, and he is doing Bhagavad Sapta. For what purpose? Why is he doing? Even though he is actually a disciple of Vedavyasa, there was some huge deviation. Sometimes difficult to understand this pastimes, because sometimes the Lord engages certain leelas in such a way it has a lesson. But I take a simple lesson. More or less he was doing kind of Bhagavad Sapta which happened today, where the speaker doesn't have genuine respect for the Lord in his heart, neither a surrender to the Lord, neither life dedicated to the Lord. Superficial. And therefore Balaram, when he came to the assembly and he saw he did not get up, Balaram detected it. Ye kapati hai. It was obvious to Balaram there is a show going on. And Balaram understood that this kind of Bhagavata will have no value, because the Bhagavatam is not just an academic exercise, it's a spiritual exercise. Just like when you chant Hare Krishna, it's not an academic exercise, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Usse kuch nahi hone wala. It's a spiritual exercise. When you're chanting with respect and attention, then by mercy of the Lord, we are spiritually surcharged. So similarly, Bhagavatam is also not just some sentiments, some emotions, some stories. It's full of spiritual energy. But provided the person has able to receive the knowledge of Bhagavatam from his Guru and taken in the proper perspective. Otherwise, he may superficially be like licking a bottle of honey from outside. And worse, is that if he's a Vaishnava, he may even make it poison. So this is in this. Now Balaramji killer. After killing Romaharshana Suta was making a show of teaching Bhagavatam. At least that is one way to look. We can look at it in many ways. Balaramji said this Romaharshana Suta is not properly born. So Prabhupada writes there, a वैष्णव को तो बर्थ तो बात करने की जरूरत नहीं होता है, कभी नहीं करना चाहिए, अपराध होता है, लेकिन it didn't behave like a Vaishnava. Therefore his birth is now being remembered. Suppose somebody is from Africa, ISKCON mein there were many devotees from Africa, very wonderful service they did, they preached a lot, wonderful. They are still respected by whole ISKCON society because he is a Vaishnava, he served sincerely. But suppose somebody shows his behavior and then says, देखो इसका भी अपने दिखा रहा अपने जन्म दिखा रहा है. So similarly, Romaharshana Suta, there was no need to talk about his birth by Balaram himself. Why did he talk? Because he said, because he was born of a Brahmana mother and Kshatriya father, which is unusual and not auspicious in the Vedic culture. The Brahmana husband and Kshatriya wife is okay, but reverse is not okay. Now, I mean, it is not considered auspicious. So why was his inauspicious birth remembered? Remembered because he behaved like that. Otherwise they will not remember. So Vaishnava also, okay, I become Vaishnava, okay. So we'll never talk about your birth. But if you behave, then we'll say, that is all mlecha, dikha diya apne mlecha gud. So it's not that we take a guarantee. Ho gaya, I am a Vaishnava. No. Your behavior should be such so we don't have to remember your birth. Because also it has been seen very interestingly that as people came to shelter of Srila Prabhupada and they were doing devotion service, they actually started acting unimaginably powerfully. Many of them, not all, many of them had come from very abominable habits at that time. But Prabhupada just washed it off. Just wash it off by his service and by his spiritual energy and his sincerity. There was totally, from the small things taken away. They come to devotion service. And totally empowered and embellished by the nectar of Krishna consciousness. So that is the power. But if we fall down, we have seen whoever fell down, they went back to those habits. See what happens? There was once one devotee. So he came to Srila Prabhupada, and I think within few months Prabhupada gave him first Diksha, second Diksha, and I think within 1 year or 2 years he gave him sannyas also. It was in India. So one GBC member of Prabhupada, this was quite late in the movement. Prabhupada, why so fast? So Prabhupada, this person, he is a born Brahmana with all qualities of a Brahmana. He has all Brahminical samskara in him. Not the birth itself, he has developed those qualities. Sometimes people are born in a Brahmana family but don't develop any training. Well trained Brahminical quality this person is having. If he falls down also, he will show only Brahminical qualities. The point is understood because he has been trained so well, the samskaras are so good. This person is so promising. So it works fast. If somebody comes from, suppose we have a dry wood, we can burn it very fast. Wet wood, it takes a lot of time. So, in this context here, we see the meditation of Ambarish Maharaj and Durvasa Muni, that the caste system was present in the Vedic times, no problem, it's not, but not the way we see today. Caste system means the people according to their qualities and abilities are engaged in different roles. Even after that, all of them have an equal opportunity to develop Krishna consciousness. Suppose there is a provision happening, not that people are not allowed, everybody can come. Generally, because Brahmanas were the ones who are maintaining Sattva-guna, they will be the first one to burn. Suppose I have fire and I bring 4 woods to burn. The generally which will burn? The dry wood will burn. So Brahmana will be the one generally who will most advance to Vaishnava. But if somebody is sincere, Krishna is not bound, he can make him advance. So Ambarish Maharaj, even though Kshatriya, was very sincere. And Krishna gave him so much mercy, kept even his Sudarshan at his place. No, because he deserved it. And he became embellished or shining as a great Vaishnava. Now Durvasa Muni just looked at a traditional caste system only. He ignored what is also called by us as Daiva Varnashrama, not just a rigid Brahmana Kshatriya system. What he saw was Daiva Varnashrama. He failed to see Daiva Varnashrama. Our real purpose of Varnashrama is to please Vishnu. And here is a great servant of Vishnu. Why should I discriminate? There are many instances in the Shastra. When a person from any community becomes a Vaishnava, he becomes worshipable. In fact, there is an example, when Narad Muni made a hunter into Vaishnava, so many people came to see him. So Prabhupada said, public has no business to see a hunter. But why thousands of people are coming to see a hunter? Now he's a Vaishnava. He is no longer a hunter. Even when Haridas Thakur converted that prostitute to a Vaishnava, lots of people are coming to see her. So Prabhupada said, public at those times had no business to come and take darshan of a prostitute. Because she is a Vaishnava, they were coming to pay respects. And she was chanting 192 rounds every day, not an ordinary lady. So in that way we should appreciate actually that the Vedic system of social division was very intelligent system of organizing the society. And but at the same time it was dynamic in the sense that everybody can become a Vaishnava from wherever he is. Okay, by skills and by the birth, I know this profession, that's fine, but I can become a Vaishnava. And I can come out of all the inhibition. Narad Muni's example is himself the best example. He's in a Shudra family. He became a Vaishnava. And who talks about it? Does anybody call Narada Shudra Vaishnava? He'll go to hell. Nobody even talks about it. The Narada was a Shudra. And from a Shudra he became a Vaishnava. So he had an opportunity as a Shudra to give some service to Vaishnavas, and he became, by the mercy of the Vaishnavas, he became a powerful Vaishnava. Now is there any Brahmana who will say, I will not listen to Narad Muni? He is not a Vaishnava. He is not a Brahmana Vaishnava. Nobody will talk like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was personally came for a tour of South India, he met Ramananda Rai. And Ramananda Rai, when he met Ramananda Rai was a very exalted personality. But he was a Grahastha from a Shudra family. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Brahmana, and a sannyasi. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking him question, tell me, what is the goal of life? How do I attain it? And he was telling, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was, okay, tell me something more. Shri Radha Govinda ki. But when finally Ramananda Rai said, in Kali Yuga the best thing is, wherever you are, just sit and hear about the Lord. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, great, great, great. This is what I want. Actually, so carefully Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chose that, because this is what can be done in Kali Yuga. Stay where you are, but humbly hear about the Lord. So great. Then after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, more, tell him more. So Ramananda says, wait a minute. He said, what? Now I'm just feeling hesitant. Why? I'm a Shudra Brahmana, you are a sannyasi and you are a Brahmana. How can I instruct you? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Kiba Vipra, Kiba Nyasi Shudra ke naya. Yehi Krishna Tattva Veta, say Guru hai. Who knows Krishna Tattva is a Guru. What a sannyasi. Kiba Vipra, what a Brahmana. I don't regard anything as Brahmana. Kiba, I have no interest in it. Kiba Vipra, Kiba Nyasi. What is a sannyasi? Shudra ke naya. What I have to do with all these things? Who knows the science of Krishna. He is a Guru. Now Guru is the highest respect. A Guru for everybody, Jagat Guru. So he accepted him as Jagat Guru because he had qualities of a Vaishnava. Okay? So this is what has to be understood and appreciated. In fact, this took a lot of time. Bhaktivinoda Thakur had to fight against it. Society revolted. Just imagine in today, we had the situation, you want to give a threat to somebody who is not in South India, born in a Brahmana family, society will not accept it. You do. Even now they will not accept. So many temples here will not give him respect of a Brahmana, even though we train him and give him a Brahmin thread. They don't do. Even today. And just imagine 500 years ago or 100, 200 years ago, how much rigid is what in India. Very rigid. There was revolt. He didn't care. There are so many discussions where Bhaktivinoda Thakur went to personally establish. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was very powerful, very respected. Again and again he went among the elite Brahmanas or the leaders of the different religions, trying to them to understand the Vaishnava is more powerful than a Brahmana. It was so tough. There was not everybody accepted. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who was even went ahead establishing Gaudiya Math and initiating, second initiating, doing all this thing. So much revolt he had that when he used to go for parikram, temples used to close the doors. They will not allow his people to enter. Not only that, they used to even throw stones on his yatra. He never cared. The Prabhupada used to say, my guru was a simha. He was a lion. Lion means lion. He just does not care what society thinks. And so but we have to appreciate first this fine. Take care what we have to do with birth. But society is so much stuck to birth. And we are seeing here, Krishna did not take care of birth. He ignored. He did not say, oh, who has come to me? Durvasa, you are a Brahmana. Who offended you? Huh? Oh, he's a Kshatriya. Okay, over. You are when? No. You go take pardon of a Kshatriya. He's a Brahmana. He's a sage. Krishna doesn't care. Why? Because Ambarish is a Vaishnava, which is more important. And even Srila Prabhupada. When Srila Prabhupada was preaching around the world, Prabhupada, had this problem. Prabhupada said that in America they tell me that I am brainwashing their children, so I am their enemy. And in India they say I am a CIA agent. And sometimes Prabhupada said there's not enough. They say this Swamiji destroyed Hindu Dharma. I destroyed Hindu Dharma. Openly, even to this day, some people say that. We have a problem with what ISKCON is doing. Why? How can you initiate people who are born in another countries? People just have no idea what is religion, what is preaching, what is Krishna consciousness. And just no idea. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Aham bija prajapita, I am the father of all the living entities. So Krishna is not saying I am father of only people born in India. Krishna is saying I am the Lord of all the living entities, Jagadishwara. But what picture people are having? It's a very strange picture. So we need to have clear understanding and appreciate this point that Krishna is signifying that actually somebody may be born in a Kshatriya family but can be given the highest respect if he has become a Vaishnava. As somebody like Durvasa Muni can be born in a Brahmana family but can be given respect like a Rakshasa because he behaved like a Rakshasa. Now Krishna kills demons. But Krishna, why did he send his Sudarshana to kill Durvasa Muni? He behaved like a Rakshasa, even though he is in a family of a Brahmana. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.